Hello guys. So in the today's topic, I am going to explain you the rate limiting in .NET Core. So in real world application, one of the most biggest problem is API abuse. So imagine if you have a login API which is public and anyone can hit this 1,000 times, 10,000 times per minute. So this can lead to brute force attack, or server crashes, or database overload. So today I will show you how to implement the rate limiting in .NET Core using real production level example. So as you can see, I have created a sample project that is API project in Visual Studio Code. That is API rate limiting. I have given the name as you can see here. And see, as you can see, this is the demo project which I have created. So okay, so now we'll do one thing, like to achieve the rate limiting, we'll have to add some configuration in the program.cs. So I will going to add the configuration one by one. Just have a check it out. We can create an instance of builder dot services dot add rate limiter. This is a middleware you can find in the intelligence itself. Add rate limiter. Okay, in that add rate limiter, we'll create one object that is called option. Okay, inside our option, we can add a fixed window limiter. Add fixed window limiter, and we can clearly add it here. That is our login policy. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we can give a name like a login policy. Now we can create one normal object that is called opt, and in that we can create a configuration that is opt dot per limit. Per limit equals to, we can give it as a 5. Now window equals to time span dot from second, that is we have given 20, means we can give 10 as of now. This is 5 per request, then this is per 10 second, then queue limit. We can set a queue limit. Queue limit is 2. Then queue processing order. Queue processing order. Queue processing order, that is oldest first. We can take it as oldest first. Oldest first. So this is the basic configuration which I have added for the rate limiting. Still we are getting here an error. No execution method. Let's fix this error. Okay, we'll have to import the correct namespace, that is called ASP.NET Core rate limiting. Okay, so here we are started getting error, that is permit limit. It should be permit limit. Then queue processing order, we'll check it out. What's the error here? It should be queue processing order. Okay, so this is also same, that is the oldest first. Let's create option dot rejection status code equals to 429. So if user is hitting request more than 10 within 10 seconds, So we'll have to return the error, that is 429. Here we are getting an error. We'll see queue processing order, why the error is. Yeah, so again we'll have to import the correct namespace, that is threading dot rate limiting. Now we'll have to return the correct response also if there is an error. So we can map that response in the context object, context dot http context dot response dot status code. So as I have mentioned clearly, we have to return the status was 429 if there is a too many request. So this we have to wrap it under the on reject event handler. So let's create the on reject event handler. That is, again we can create the on reject event handler through options object only, on rejected, and let's create async. Async is having two parameters, that is context and token. Now inside that we can move this status code here. Okay, and now you can simply remove the await, no need of await. Now let me write await. Again, context dot http context dot response, as we have to return the response also in the JSON. So write as JSON async. So here we can create a completely new object. We're having the status equals to 429. Let me make it as capital. Then error, that is too many requests, then some message also we can pass on, that is there is a property called message. Please wait before trying again. Okay, this is a message. Okay, so this is done, this configuration is done, this configuration is also done. So this is the basic configuration we have added in the program.cs. Okay, so here we are allowing only 5 requests in 10 seconds. If the user exceeds the limit, they will get the 429 too many request response. So we are also customizing the response to make it user friendly. Now let's go to the controller and we'll create a control that is called auth controller. As you can see, like the Swagger page is up now, and here is the author law endpoint you can see. And let's try it out. As we have set the limit 5 requests per 10 seconds, and after that we'll get an error. So let's try to hit this endpoints 5 times. 1, we got the response. 2, 3, response is success. 4, 5. And after 5 we should expect 429 too many request error. 6, 7. Still we are getting the success response. So we have to go and check what is the problem. Now here if we go, yeah, we have to remove this async option, not required. Queue limit we have to make it as 0. Yeah, we have not added the use rate limiter. This is the middleware which is required to uh, run the rate limiting configuration which we have added in the above. So let's try. Now let's try this configuration is working or not again. now. So as you can see, the Swagger is up now with our latest configuration changes. So let's try it out. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Till fifth, we are expecting the correct response. Now let's try to hit the sixth request. Now you can see too many requests. We have started getting this error. Let me try again. Okay, it is succeed because we have waited. Now again, it's the sixth request. See, so this is how the API rate limiting works. Now, so as you can see, the Swagger is up now with our latest configuration changes. So let's try it out. First,